never forget the cab ride on that stormy night, because it was the beginning of one of the most unusual experiences of my life. I was about to jump headfirst into a real-life mystery. On top of that, I was about to become the detective who would actually solve the mystery. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a detective. I'm just me, Polly Ames, a regular 14-year-old girl. As I rode in the taxi, I had no idea what was in store for me. I never imagined the strange occurrences, the unusual people, and the shocking ending to it all. That night, I was thinking only of one thing, surprising my dad. I hadn't seen him for a few months. And since I had gotten out of boarding school early, I decided to travel on my own to Harrington House, the old hotel he owns with my Uncle Max. That is, if I would ever get there, through all this thunder and lightning.
There you go. That'll be $5 even.
Okay. Here you are.
Thanks.
Oh, wait, don't you want a tip?
No, thanks. But I have one for you. I wouldn't stay in this hotel very long. Some people say the place is haunted.
Hold it.
Whoa! What are you trying to do? Give me a heart attack?
I'm sorry.
Denizens of the dead, hear our plea. We are gathered to commune with one among you. Reveal to us the troubled spirit who menaces this place.
And now, we will all join hands and close our eyes. O dark specter who roams this house, we implore you to give us a sign. Make known to us the cause of your ghostly displeasures. Enlighten us as to why you have risen to haunt these halls. Disclose to us the cause of your unearthly ambulations. For we are but poor mortals who only wish to help placate your anger. But to do this, we must know the source. Oh, restless spirit that walks through the night, give us a sign.
Get out of this place. Leave. Leave here.
Daddy!
So when school let out ahead of schedule, I decided to come home early and surprise you.
You certainly did.
10 to 1 you've forgotten your Uncle Max.
Forget you. It would take more than 6 months to do that. No way.
I know. Whoops. I see you're still a shefferbug, huh?
Yes.
Mr. Ames, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid tonight cinches things. Our nerves can't take any more.
Alice is right, Mr. Ames. We talked it over, and our decision is final. We're going to leave in the morning.
Ladies, there was nothing to be afraid of tonight, outside of a few phony tricks.
Tricks? A true fortune teller never uses tricks.
Exactly my point.
How would you like a triple whammy curse?
Polly, this Madame Xenia. Madame Xenia moved in since you've last been home.
How do you do?
You have a very interesting future, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
This is Mr. Roselli. Better known by my devoted audience, fans to you, as Marco, the Magnificent. Huh?
Oh, thank you. Now that's a phony trick.
So's your seance.
Sticks and stones, Mr. Roselli.
Don't tempt me, Madame Senior.
I'll tempt you. I'll tempt you with everything I have. I'm serious.
Mrs. Jessel, this is my daughter, Polly. Mrs. Jessel has been part-time maid since Hilda left 2 months ago.
Oh, hello.
I'll be in to start cleaning the Birdie's place tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you, Mrs. Jessel. Come on, Polly, let's get unpacked.
Hold it.
Oh.
That's our Polly. Fastest shutter in the West.
Well, goodbye, Miss Birdie.
Goodbye, Mr. Ames, and thank you so much.
My pleasure. Bye-bye, Miss Birdie. God bless now. Bye-bye. Have a nice trip.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Daddy, what is going on? There's no one in this hotel that I know anymore. Why is everyone moving out?
Well, honey, I guess it's because they're afraid.
Afraid of what?
Polly, about 8 weeks ago, people began to claim they heard strange noises in the house and saw a mysterious figure in black roaming the halls at night. Then the frightening warnings started and little things began to disappear.
You don't really think the house is haunted?
No, I don't say that, but, well, after the seance, I don't know what to believe. We put in new locks, we installed an alarm system. I even talked Uncle Max into stop throwing his money away at the racetrack. Now he stays at home and helps me patrol the halls.
Well, maybe it's some kind of practical joker.
Well, it's gone beyond a joke, Polly. A lot of our old tenants, like the Birdie sisters, are leaving. If we lose 2 more tenants before Saturday, Uncle Max and I just won't be able to meet the mortgage. And that means we'll have to sell the hotel.
Sell Harrington House? But, Daddy, we've lived here since Grandpa bought it from the great Lily Harrington herself.
I know. You know, that actress swore one day that she'd come back. But now a lot of people think her ghost has.
Hogwash. Whoever's pulling these stunts is no more a ghost than I am. We just have to keep a sharper lookout, that's all. Now, Polly, you stop your worrying, okay?
Okay.
That's better. Now, if you two loafers will excuse me, I have some repairs to attend to.
And as for you, young lady, we have your dark room all stocked and ready to go. All you have to do is start taking some pictures. Now it's gonna be all right. You just enjoy yourself.
Thanks, Dad.
I know, that's why I grabbed you.
What?
The storm we had last night made this parapet very slick. If you lean over just a few more inches.
Oh, dear. I guess I owe you an apology, Mr.
Chase. Diogenes Chase. But you may call me DC. That's what my students used to call me, among other things. It seems the teachers of math accumulate all kinds of nicknames.
Oh, you teach math?
Well, not any longer. I moved out here from Ohio about 3 weeks ago, the day after I retired. Nowadays, I solve more mysteries than I do equations. I come up here often in the mornings to read.
Well, I'm Polly Ames.
How do you do?
My father and uncle own this hotel. Well, at least until Saturday.
They're not going to sell it. I really can't afford to make another move.
Well, I guess it all depends on our ghost.
Ghost?
Whatever it is, it's been scaring people away for 2 months.
Of course, I wouldn't like to suggest that there are no such things as ghosts. It's been my experience that most problems are caused by someone all too human. I think that somebody is deliberately playing tricks in order to force your family into selling the hotel.
But why?
The motive. Well, it can be any number of reasons. Money, revenge, sentiment, you name it.
But who would want to do that?
Answer that, and you will have solved the mystery. And that's what we've got here, Polly. A real live mystery.
Yeah. But what do I do with it?
Well, the beauty of a mystery is that it's so very much like math. The correct sum of the right clues always equals the solution to your problem.
You make it sound so easy.
Well, deductive reasoning is as easy as arithmetic, and deduct means subtract. Now, first, we take away those pieces of information that don't help us and use the clues that do help us and lead us to the culprit.
Us? Do you mean you'll help me?
I thought you'd never ask.
Wait.
Mystery.
DC and I wanted to get to the bottom of these strange occurrences. What about the ghostly voice?
Oh, it's probably done by hidden speakers. Anybody could rig that trick and dispose of it right away. It's too bad your father took that chandelier out to have it repaired. We could have checked it to see if any of the wires had been deliberately cut to make it fall when something shook it. And don't worry, Polly. The ghost will strike again. And maybe next time we'll get lucky, okay?
Okay.
I'm late for my shift.
Your shift?
Just tearing tickets down to Mason's movie round. It's not much, but it helps take care of the bills.
But what about our mystery?
Well, we'll meet at my place tonight at 8. That's apartment 21. Got it?
Got it.
See you.
Oh, DC.
Yes?
How do I know you're not the ghost?
It's a good question, Polly. Let's think about it logically. Now, this so-called ghost has been around for 2 months. I moved out here from Ohio 3 weeks ago. A fact that can be verified by my teaching records. Besides, I've already admitted that I can't afford to make another move. You add fact number 1, no opportunity, to fact number 2, no motive, and what do you get?
No ghost. DC, I am sorry.
It's all right, Polly. It proves you're thinking. Remember, I'll see you at 8. Oh, thanks. You're quite welcome. Thank you. Excuse me.
Oh, Dad, let me help you.
Oh, thanks for that. I don't know how I got stuck with this job.
I can deliver these for you.
Well, you're a darling.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome. Oh, Madam Zini, are you okay? I didn't see you.
So I noticed. I was just looking for a button I lost. Oh, you didn't mess my hair, did you? I've just come from having it done. How does it look?
It looks very unusual.
Oh, well, it should. Mr. Claude has been working on it since 8 this morning. Oh, my dear, he really helped me out. He's made me late. Oh,
Late for what?
oh, my son is picking me up for a little celebration. He just got his real estate license.
Oh, congratulations. I hope he does well.
Oh, don't worry. I feel certain he will. Ta-ta.
Hello? Miss Tyler? I brought you your cleaning. Hello? Is anybody here? Hello?
Who is it? Who's there? What do you want?
I'm Mr. Ames's daughter, Polly. I brought you your cleaning.
Oh. Well, I see the cleaner still hasn't returned my favorite chiffon dress. Dear. Well, what are you waiting for? You brought me my cleaning, now go away.
Can I help you?
Oh, no, little girl. We're just waiting for someone.
If you tell me who you want, I'll go get them.
Actually, it's a personal financial matter, sort of along the lines of life insurance.
Yeah, our client is behind in a few payments. We figured it was time for a little reminder.
No, it's getting late. We'll come back another time. Come on.
Well, it's a nice shot, but I don't see how it helps us.
Take a closer look. This is a blow-up I did of the chandelier itself. Now what do you see?
I see the two wires of the chandelier, and one is frayed.
Exactly. If the fallen chandelier was really an accident, both these wires would be frayed, right?
Right. And this one is frayed. This one seems deliberately cut. And this link seems deliberately cut. Nice work, Polly. Our secret investigation is moving right along.
I'm afraid our investigation's not so secret after all.
What do you mean? Who else knows?
The shadow knows. I just wish the picture of you could show us who that dark figure was. If the ghost overheard us, we may be in trouble.
Don't worry. It'll take more than a little trouble to stop us. So our phony phantom is trying to scare me off. It might at least have said, please. Well, sinister threats are not going to work.
If only we had more of a motive. Oh, do you see? We lost a button.
Thank you. No. It's not mine.
Do you see? Has anyone else been in here lately?
Well, I left Mrs. Jesselyn Saturday morning to clean, but she had dropped that button. I would have found her today when I swept up.
What time was that?
About 9:30 this morning, and I've been back here since.
Well, if the button isn't yours, and the button isn't mine, there's only one person this button could belong to.
Our ghost.
Right. It must have dropped off when whoever it was did that. You know, actually, it looks sort of familiar.
What is it?
Madame Xenia! She was looking for a button when I ran into her today. She said she'd been at the beauty parlor all day, but I bet that she was actually here.
Hold it, you've forgotten one thing, Polly. A motive. What reason would Madame Xenia have for trying to force her family into selling the hotel?
Real estate.
What?
She told me her son just got his real estate license. If Daddy and Uncle Max were forced to sell the hotel, then her son could just buy it up and turn it into apartments or something. You see, even the tricks at the seance fit in. She could have just rigged them all before she started.
Well, I admit it all seems to add up. Maybe that's because we wanted to. Let's not go jumping to conclusions until we know what it is we've got. Let me see that. Quite a unique button. Look at it. Very interesting.
Impressed with my new illusion?
Illusion? Yes, I am. Actually, it scared me.
Of course, dear girl. That's what it's supposed to do. Would you like to see it again?
No, no, thank you.
I can reset it for you.
No, thank you, no.
Eh? Well, just as well. I'll have to adjust a few minor points, eh? You were frightened.
Yes, I was frightened.
Good, good.
Socrates! What are you doing? What do you think you're doing, you naughty bird? And where did you get this button?
Yes, so the button is yours.
No. But it does explain why Socrates went flying off like that. Ravens like to steal shiny little things.
You mean that's not the button you were looking for yesterday?
No. No, the one I lost was gold.
Good morning,
Very
Madame
well,
Zena.
dear.
Oh, excuse me. You're up rather early for a lady who didn't get in till after midnight.
Since your father and uncle have been locking the doors and patrolling this place, no one gets in and out without their knowing. You are going to ruin my social life, Mr. Ames. Come along, sweetheart. Come along.
Oh, Dad, have you seen D.C.? He was supposed to meet me here at noon.
Well, as a matter of fact, I have. He got a call and he had to go into work early and he asked me to tell you. Oh, he also said that he hoped that you'd bring your pictures by his place again tonight.
Okay. Thanks for coming out here and telling me.
Well, don't mention it. How else was I going to rope you into helping me with the mail? Madam? What are you looking for, Max?
They must be getting old. I can't seem to remember what I did with the cleaning receipts.
Oh. Sorry.
Oh, well, that's okay, Polly. I'm sure glad they weren't lost. Well, I'll see you later, huh?
Harrington House. Oh, no, Mr. Claude. Madame Xenia is in here now. Can I take a message? You found her button. You mean she was in your beauty shop yesterday morning? 8 to 12, huh? Okay, well, thank you very much. I'll give her the message. Bye-bye. Dad, it takes about half an hour to get from town to the hotel, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you happen to notice what time Madame Xenia went out with her son yesterday?
Well, as a matter of fact, I had just finished setting my watch when she left. It was going on about 12:30. Why?
Oh, I was just curious. Are you sure she didn't come back until after midnight?
I am positive. Max put a new lock on the front door yesterday after she left. As a matter of fact, she had to ring for me to let her in. Now, if Max had let her in, he would have told me about it. And besides, Madame Xenia would have had her own key. Why all the questions about Madame Xenia? And why am I doing the mail?
Oh, this one's for you. American Management Corporation. What is that?
Well, honey, there's a group of people who want to buy the hotel and turn it into a nightclub.
What?
Yeah, and I told them that we were not interested.
A nightclub?
Well, nightclubs make money. And besides, these people are entertainers. If they had their own place, they'd always be working. That's very important to a performer. Finish up there, will you?
Sure. Important to a performer.
I'm telling you, Tony, I'm desperate. I've got to get some work. But I know times are bad, but that doesn't help me at all. I haven't had a booking in 4 months. Do you know what that means? Could drive a man to crime. Well, let's do something about it, Tony. Yeah, all right, you'll call me back tomorrow. Yeah, sure. Oh, Polly, what are you doing here?
I brought you your mail.
Oh, that's very nice of you. As a matter of fact, I was going down to check to see if it had come in. That's a bill, bulk mailed. That's a bill, that's a bill, bulk mail, bill, that's what I... Would you like to come in by any chance?
Why, yes, thank you very much. Wow. You sure have a lot of neat things here.
Thank you.
Oh!
What is it? Don't be frightened. This is Boris. Boris, meet Polly. I use him in my act. Go back, Boris.
You sure are a flashy magician.
Flashy, Polly? No. Marco is more amazing than flashy.
Oh.
I will show you. 52 cards, huh? Now, you will pick a card. Pick a card, any card. I don't want to see which one you pick. Good. You got it? Good girl. Okay, now put it to your forehead and see it through your third eye. Good girl. All right, now put it in the deck, wherever you want to put it. Don't let me see it. Don't let me see it, huh? Put it in your hand. Cut it with the other hand. Look at the card, and the card you have chosen is the 4 of spades. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Thank you very much.
They're all 4 of spades.
How else do you think we do it, Polly?
Never thought of that before. Wow, what a great cape!
Oh, that's nothing. You should see the new one I've got. As a matter of fact, I'll show it to you, Polly. Just stand here. Now, just watch. Marco, the Magnificent! Voila! Huh?
What a fabulous cape!
Of course.
But there aren't any buttons on it.
No, of course not. This ties around the neck. Those buttons can be such a nuisance sometimes.
They certainly can.
8 to 12 noon, beauty shop. 12 to 12:30, back to hotel. 12:30 to midnight, away from hotel. You figured out her alibi already. No opportunity. Between leaving the beauty parlor and meeting her son, Madam Xenia never had time to make that ridiculous scrawl on my mirror. That eliminates her as a possibility.
I was so sure she was our ghost. What about Mr. Roselli? Remember I told you I heard him say he was desperate for work? Well, if he's playing the ghost for those people who want to buy the hotel and turn it into a nightclub, they would probably let him work whenever he wants.
He's a possibility, but remember, we've not yet eliminated any of the other suspects.
If only I could remember where I'd seen this before. Well, it's 10 o'clock. I guess I better go.
You know, in my day, insurancemen wore 3-piece suits, not zip-up jackets. Well, I guess times change.
I guess they do.
And we'll meet tomorrow morning and hold on to that silver button. It's the only real evidence we have.
Don't worry. I keep it with me at all times. Good night, DC.
Good night, Polly.
Mrs. Jessel, what are you doing here so late?
Your father said he'd pay me a little extra if I finished cleaning the Birdie sisters' old place. I can always use money.
Aren't you afraid of running into our ghost?
Ghost my foot. You've been looking at too many scary pictures.
Scary pictures. That's it. They are exactly alike. Wait till I tell DC. It's you!
It's all right, honey. You're okay. You're okay.
It's her! What are you doing here?
Well, Mrs. Jessel was on her way home when she heard you screaming. When you didn't answer the knock, she came running for me.
Thought maybe you accidentally locked yourself in and got scared. Those old-fashioned locks are always slipping.
We found you lying right here.
Oh, I guess I must have fallen. The button! What happened to the button?
What button, honey? What button?
This the one? I found it lying beside you.
Oh. Thank you, Mrs. Jessel.
Welcome. I'll be going now, Mr. Ames. I'll see you tomorrow. You get plenty of rest, Polly.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Jessel.
Yes, thanks, Mrs. Jessel. Now, what are you doing up so late? And what's all this fuss about a button?
It's part of a secret surprise, Daddy. Please don't make me tell.
Now, Polly.
Please. The lights went out and I fell, but I'm all right now. Really?
You know, you're going to stay that way, too. Even if I have to sell this hotel.
Well, they're identical, all right. Lily T. Harrington, as the woman in black. The point is, where could our ghost have gotten a dress that was worn in an old silent movie?
Don't movie stars sometimes get to keep their costumes?
Yes, but even if Miss Harrington was given her dress, any number of things could have happened to her since she died.
DC, what if Lily Harrington didn't die?
What?
She always told my grandfather she'd get this house back someday. Maybe playing her own ghost is how she's doing it.
Come to think of it, I never actually read that Lily Harrington died.
If we can find out she's still alive, and if we can track her down, then maybe we will have caught our ghost.
She's an awfully dark horse, Polly.
Well, what do you mean, a dark horse?
A long shot. By my calculations, Lily Harrington must be close to 75 years old. You know something? The library must have some old newspaper reports that could help us.
Well, we know one thing for sure. Mrs. Jessel couldn't be our ghost, or else she wouldn't have given me back the silver button.
Good girl. Now you're thinking like a detective.
Actually, this is my better side.
Oh, excuse me.
Not so fast, Walter.
Oh. I think I'll call that one Keep On Trunking. Where did this come from?
The tower room. We've been storing some of the Birdie sisters' things up there.
Boy, it looks about 100 years old.
So does everything else up there. And tomorrow we're going to start junking some of those old newspapers and scrapbooks and magazines.
Did you say scrapbooks?
Uh-huh. They've been lying up there ever since Grandpa first bought the place. Why?
Oh, I just wanted a scrapbook to put my pictures in.
Well, the ones in the tower room are pretty dusty.
Oh, no, I think she can use some of them if she cleans them up.
I hope so.
Come on, lazy bones.
Just
Come
a
on.
moment.
What?
Uncle Max!
Uncle Max, are you all right?
I don't know. I think so.
What was that? It must have been a short circuit or something.
Well, I sure hope you're right, because if that's our friend the ghost again, I've just about reached my limit.
He's right. Enough is enough. Mr. Ames, if you don't get rid of this so-called ghost by tomorrow morning, I'm leaving.
Huh. What's going on here?
All right. That's it. They're exactly the same. Lily Tyler Harrington. Lily Tyler Harrington. So she did come back. The button. Hide the button.
I heard you the first time. Come in.
It's Tyler.
How do you do, Miss Tyler? My name is Diogenes Chase.
Whatever it is, I am not interested.
How do you know? For instance, I've just come back from the library, where I've been reading all about silent movie stars. I think we may have a lot to talk about, don't you?
I told you I am not interested. Please leave.
DC, look out! It's her, DC, it's her. Miss Tyler is actually Lily Harrington.
So you found me out.
You always said you'd come back someday, didn't you, Miss Harrington? Tyler is actually her middle name. I found out when I checked this scrapbook. And this is the very same statue that Miss Harrington won back in 1926.
Good work, Polly. I too found out she was alive. I was on my way to tell you when I heard this old silent movie music. I decided to play a hunch.
That's all very impressive. But why go to all that trouble just to find me?
It's no use pretending, Miss Harrington. We know you've always wanted this house back. But running around scaring people out isn't going to work anymore.
I'm afraid my running around days have been over for quite some time. When I moved here a few months ago, it was only to return to a place that held nothing but happy memories for me.
Miss Harrington, I'm terribly sorry. You couldn't possibly be our ghost. Whoever it was tried to trap me in the tower room. I'm just lucky I found that secret passageway out.
I had that passage built, especially for me. There are lots of others in the house, but this one doesn't even appear on the blueprints.
Yes, but what about the silver button?
Silver button?
Yes. It matches the ones on the dress you wore on the woman in black.
That's my button, all right. But the cleaners said they lost that dress 2 months ago. Remember, I asked you that the day you delivered my cleaning. The cleaners claim they never received the dress.
Anybody at the cleaners could have stolen that dress. Well, our dark horse didn't pay off. I guess we gambled and lost.
You see, I'm not so sure.
I knew there was something funny about those two.
They were here collecting money, all right, but it had nothing to do with insurance.
We may still be wrong, Polly. All we really have is circumstantial evidence.
What's that?
Facts that point toward a person's guilt without positively confirming it.
Well, that's why I've come up with a plan to prove my theory. But I'll need your help.
You know you've got it.
Well, if Madame Xenia leaves, whoever our ghost is has only one more person to scare out. I don't know, Uncle Max. Maybe we should consider selling the hotel before someone gets hurt.
Oh, steady now, Walter. There's no need to jump the gun. This ghost hasn't hurt anybody so far. We just have to keep our eyes open, that's all.
Well, we better start patrolling the halls. If anything's going to happen, it'll be tonight. Honey, you keep looking at the clock. Are you going somewhere?
Oh, just up to the tower room.
I'm going to start the patrol.
Okay, go ahead. I'll catch up with you in a minute.
DC promised to help me mount some of my pictures, but I have to get a scrapbook first.
Honey, I do not want you wandering these halls, especially tonight.
I promise I'll go straight up to the tower room and then right down to DC's. Please, Dad. It's very important.
Well, okay.
Uncle Max. You gambled on the horses and lost, didn't you? That's why you wanted to sell the hotel. You needed the money to pay off your racing debts.
You've been a very clever girl, Polly. But after I scared just a few more tenants out, I'm getting rid of this costume. Then who'll believe your story? Especially with not one shred of evidence.
Uncle Max.
Now give me that button. Give me that silver button.
I still don't understand how one tiny little silver button led you to discover that the ghost was Uncle Max.
Well, that's one of our most important clues. The real break came when Polly discovered that the silver button belonged on a dress that Lily Harrington wore in The Woman in Black.
When I matched the award in Miss Tyler's room to the one in Lily Harrington's scrapbook, I knew they were the same person.
But then we were almost stumped when Miss Tyler, that is, Miss Harrington, told us that the cleaners had lost the dress.
And then I remembered who was in charge of the hotel cleaning.
Uncle Max.
It was easy for him to take the dress and blame it on the cleaners.
If he took it. You see, we weren't sure until a lucky remark of mine about dark horses and long shots started Polly thinking.
When the two guys who said they were from the insurance company turned out to be from racing stables, I put two and two together.
Here, let me see. Champion Racing Stables employee.
Uncle Max always loved to bet on the horses.
Yes, and this time the stakes were just too high.
Okay, what about the falling chandelier and the light exploding in the lobby?
Those tricks were easy for a handyman like Uncle Max to rig. But the shattered light fixture proved to be the clincher.
Oh, no. The clincher was Polly's photograph. You see, the still camera can do something the naked eye can never do. It can freeze a split second in time.
This particular moment shows Uncle Max bending out of the way right before the light exploded. So he must have known it was about to happen. He probably triggered it off when he bent down to tie his shoe.
It's still hard to believe.
I know. That's why I had to set a trap to prove it. I let Uncle Max hear that I was going up to the tower room, so if he was really the ghost, he'd follow me up there to get the button.
Well, let me tell you, young lady, it's a good thing you told DC your plan. It seemed to me that we got there just in time.
I'm sorry. I just didn't want you to worry.
That's okay.
Daddy, what's going to happen to Uncle Max?
Well, honey, sometimes gambling becomes an illness with some people, and when that happens, they have to have help.
Well, I hope he gets better soon.
I know he will. And when he does, Harrington House is waiting for him, thanks to you and DC.
Oh, it's this shutterbug here that deserves most of the credit.
Well, you taught me to look at evidence.
Well, it could be that my teaching days are not over after all.
Hold it. Hold it, you two.